Today's episode of Inside Gaming Daily is sponsored by Robinhood. This is an investing app that will give a free stock to new users by just going to theknow.robinhood.com. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside Gaming Daily for Monday.
That's right, it's Monday.
Nice clap right
Yeah, a little bit of clap.
there.
I'm clapping.
Thank you, appreciate that. Please clap for Brian. The Assassin's Creed franchise has been through its ups and downs over the last few years, but pretty much everyone agreed that it got back on track with Origins in 2017 and last year's Odyssey.
Did it really? I didn't know that.
People say.
Sure, yeah, that helped wash the taste of Unity out of our collective mouths and the movie.
I liked Unity.
The movie was garbage.
I liked Unity a lot, but yeah, remember that part with Michael Fassbender?
No.
Well, now it looks like we got a tasty clue about the next installment of the Venerable series. It features lots of stealth, action, and dudes wearing giant hoodies jumping into piles of hay.
Yeah, the clue was found in an Easter egg in another Ubisoft game, The Division 2, and it seems to disprove what some rumors were predicting, right, Brian?
Spicy.
Yeah, lots of people thought ancient Rome would be the next Assassin's Creed
Cool.
setting. After the last two were set in ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome seems to follow, but nope, that's not the case. Looks like we're doing something else.
What is it?
Viking fever!
Oh!
I'm so glad you had to say that. So fun fact, I googled that phrase just for fun. That is totally a term for when women have fetish for Viking dudes.
All you ladies working on your Eric the Red / Ezio Auditore / Fake are about to have a lot more material to work with. Nobody's working on that right now, by the way.
Eric's so big and Ezio's so small.
no
They
one's working on that.
Let's dig into how we know this or how we think we know this. YouTuber Joraptor found the teas and some posters that were found in Division 2, specifically the Potomac Event Center in Washington, D.C.
While that hint was pretty subtle, the posters containing the hint were scattered all over the event center, so it seems like something that Ubisoft wanted us to notice.
Yeah, they can be a little like elbow to the ribs about their teases.
Yeah.
But hey, this is what kicks it all off. The poster had what looks like a Norse god with the word Valhalla on top, which is of course a giant mythological hall in Asgard where all the good little warriors go after they die. They're summoned by the Valkyries.
So how does that connect to the Assassin's Creed universe, Brian?
So the Norse god in the poster, or they may be a traveler, I'm not exactly up on my Norse mythology, they appear to be holding something called the Apple of Eden, and that figures very, very prominently in Assassin's Creed lore.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. So those apples were created by the Isu or Izu. Somebody's gonna yell at me for this, Brian. How do I say that?
I'm gonna say Isu.
Did you see what I did there? Now they get mad at you. According to Assassin's Creed canon, they're the super powerful objects that people are constantly trying to get their hands on. It can like rewrite reality, basically.
Yes. The poster in the Division 2 looks like it might be an advertisement for an opera. It has a critical rave in one corner, and the poster also mentions the JFK Center.
Yeah, which is another possible tie-in to Assassin's Creed because in the AC universe, one of the Apple of Edens also factored in JFK's assassination.
I knew Oswald didn't act alone. I keep saying bullets don't leave an apple-shaped exit wound. Man, oh man. Nobody's ever said that either.
Stephanie watched JFK last night. That movie's long. Anyway, so far it's pretty circumstantial, but this all points to Viking settings for the next Assassin's Creed game. And then Kotaku did what Kotaku does. They jumped in to confirm that they had heard the same thing from their sources.
Oh, Brian, what'd they say?
They said that the game is currently codenamed Kingdom, and it's set to release next year, not this year, 2020, and that yes, it will star Vikings.
With like Thor and Odin and Loki. Who are
Good.
the other characters from Marvel?
Well, I'm blanking right now. Damn, you got all the big
Sif.
ones. Isn't Sif the dog from Dark Souls?
Maybe, but Sif is also the woman.
Oh, Helen? No.
Now, if this is true, it would be a bit of a swerve from what fans were expecting in the next Assassin's Creed game.
A lot of the rumors coming from Reddit and various message boards like the old time 4chan were insistent that the game's codename was Legion and that it was going to be set in ancient Rome as the final leg of a trilogy with Origins and Odyssey. That makes sense, like the three kind of cradles of life and history.
Yeah, and in the past, those 4chan rumors were correct when it came to predicting that Origins would be set in Egypt.
Okay, so hold up. One of them was correct. People post that to 4chan all the time, and then 6 months after the fact, it's like, oh, one person was right. Well, yeah, because they get posted every day.
Yeah.
People are trying to troll each other. And while this is just a poster in a game that we're basing this on, Ubisoft does have a history of teasing upcoming games in Easter eggs.
Yeah, they put a tease for their sci-fi project Pioneer in Watch Dogs 2. That's a game that's unreleased, I would assume.
Yeah, it's still not out yet.
Cool.
What's the latest on Pioneer, Brian?
I think it became something else.
Became Starfield and changed companies entirely. And a subsequent patch for Watch Dogs 2 correctly teased that Watch Dogs 3 would be set in London.
Oh.
So Ubisoft does love giving out little teases to their audience like this, especially for the diehards and the people who are paying attention.
This Norse setting worked great for the reboot of God of War, which was on a lot of Game of the Year lists last year.
Yeah, it didn't have Vikings per se, but the whole game was
Norse
heavily
mythology.
steeped in Norse mythology. Yeah, there's a lot of, gave me some Viking fever, you tell me.
Cory Barlog, God of War's director, even had a little fun with the Assassin's rumors, tweeting, quote, "I smell crossover, ? Which probably set the internet on fire. Did it though?
It got 4,000 likes, so it's a little brush fun.
We want Connor in Smash Brothers.
And while previous Assassin's Creed games have been set in a wide variety of time periods and locations, they haven't really delved into Vikings yet. Brian, what's this game gonna look like? What do we think?
So we don't know, obviously, but the most obvious conclusion to draw is that they're going to go back to naval combat. Now, we did see ships make somewhat of a return in Odyssey, but everybody remembers Black Flag is probably the best Assassin's Creed game in terms of having badass ship-to-ship combat.
Maybe some of those mechanics are going to return here, but, you know, Vikings aren't really known for having galleons with 30 cannons on the side, so who knows how this is going to play out. Also, Vikings are well known for their exploring and raiding as opposed to building giant cities, so maybe that's another clue of what we might see. Typically, you have to set an Assassin's Creed game in a place that had big, dense cities, so you can fudge the history a little bit, make it a fun place to run around in.
Right.
Vikings don't really build tall buildings, or at least they didn't. I'm not a historian here, but...
So who will you play as? Who will be the template for your Assassin's character this time around? Will it be Ezio the Red?
That's what their son will be named. He'll symbolize their love, but also passion. So we're just speculating here. One of the most famous Vikings is Eric the Red, who was born in present-day Norway back in the 10th century, and was famed for being the first European to settle Greenland. I love this era because it's like, I discovered Greenland. Well, there were people there. Just kind of shoved them out of the way. That's the reason that Greenland is the bustling metropolis that we all know and love today.
It's got like one village with like 5 houses in it, so he did something.
Sorry to all of our Greenland viewers.
If you're watching from Greenland, we'll see you in the comments. Eric the Red does have a cool story, though. As a young lad, his servants accidentally caused a landslide that destroyed his neighbor's house, which prompted his neighbor to kill his servants.
We've all been there. Then naturally, Eric killed his neighbor. How dare you kill my servants? Got the hell out of Dodge and then was charged with murder. Yeah, a little Assassin's Creed-y. There's some intrigue. There's a personal story there.
Yeah, Eric ended up leaving Norway and settling a bunch of colonies in Greenland, which is what he's most remembered for.
Yeah, but then again, Vikings are also remembered for landing in North America, possibly establishing some settlements in Newfoundland. Newfoundland.
Again, this is all speculation on our part, but speculation is fun, right, Brian? Keep going.
Yeah, it is fun. Also, Assassin's Creed has this habit of kind of bouncing you off legendary historical figures rather than playing as them yourself, so maybe you're one of the neighbors, maybe you're Ned Flanders that Eric almost killed, and then somehow you become best buds, you pal around together, you go raid together. That could be fun.
Yeah, he's on your boat. He's in the back. He's like, hey, I could upgrade your boat. I'm gonna need some Viking coins, though.
Hey, neighbor, can I borrow a couple of Ubisoft points?
They don't really have U points, do they?
Yes, it's the thing that everybody complains about. Like, oh, U points are useless. You get U points, and then you can spend them on things in the U games, like you get U pants. Today's episode of Inside Gaming Daily is sponsored by Robinhood. This is an investing app that tries to make it simple and approachable for anyone that wants to get into investing at any skill level. You can buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free, just by tapping a couple of taps on your phone. There's no minimum account deposit to get started, so it's available for people at every level. And along with that, they have easy-to-understand charts, market data, place to trade in 4 taps on your smartphone. They try to make it as easy as possible. They also have collections. So if you just want long-term investments and you don't want to think about it too hard or put in, I mean, you should research it, obviously, but you know, it can come and go. If you're not looking for a quick buck and you just want to put money into a particular group, they collect stocks into groups, such as 100 most popular. So if you want to put your money on the winning horse, that makes it easy to do so. You can also discover new tools about how to invest and trade, and track your favorite companies and get custom notifications for various price points. So if you are looking to get a little more aggressive, you can set up your own investment plan and execute it yourself. And Robinhood is enabling people to get started. You're getting a free stock from a company like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help start your portfolio. You can get that at theknow.robinhood.com. Once more, that's theknow.robinhood.com for a free stock. Thank you, Robinhood. Vara be the latest high-profile AAA game that's had a troubled launch. Wait, what do I hear on the horizon?
Oh, okay.
What?
There's a sound effect that Autumn's adding, I'm sure.
Is it time? Guys, sound the Anthem alarm! Whoa!
There were also early warning signs last month that Anthem wasn't doing so hot either.
During its first week, it only sold half the physical copy